Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to learn how to make the Easter Bunny egg cup crochet pattern. I think this is perfect for the Easter time, so I hope I really get this done and out on YouTube before then. It's another basic kind of stitch pattern, perfect for beginners, and it's a little bit of fun and it looks really cute, so I'll just show you the one that I made earlier. There. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked, and let's get on to the film. So to make this pattern you will need some white wool, some black wool to do the eyes, some pink to do the ears and the nose, and a 4mm E-hook for this pattern, some scissors and a needle just to sew in all the ends. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to do the bunny's body, and in order to do that we're going to learn a new stitch which is called making a magic circle. So in order to do that, you wrap the wool round twice around your finger and you pull the left side of wool underneath the right, wrap your yarn round and then come through the middle of the two and out the other side like so. And the reason why we do this is so that when we can pull this end tighter, and then it makes the hole in the middle of the bunny kind of disappear. So to start off with, we're just going to chain 1 and then do 6 double crochet into the circle. So to do a double crochet, you just put the hook through the circle, wrap your wool round, pull through so you have 2 loops on your yarn, wrap the wool round, pull through. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once you've done 6 double crochet, you just pull the end tail of that magic circle to make a circle shape, and then you're just going to do a slip stitch into the first double crochet that you did, like so. Then we're just going to chain 1 and we're going to do a 2 double crochets in each of the stitches that you'd made previously. So to do that, we're going to go into the next double crochet, wrap the wool round, 2, wrap the wool round, and go into the same stitch again so that you've got 2. What I find quite easy, because I used to often always get lost when going round in circles, was use a hairpin just to mark where the kind of start of the next row was. So I've just popped that in there. So all you're going to do is go round the circle doing 2 double crochets in each one. So to move to the next round, you've done the 12, you're just going to do a slip stitch into your first double crochet that you did for this round. So you should have 12 double crochets at this round. So we're just going to chain 1, and for the next pattern you're going to do 2 double crochets in this stitch, just remembering it's quite handy to put the pin in like so. So 2 into this stitch, then 1 double crochet into the next one, and then you're just going to repeat this pattern all the way around. So 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the one after, and this should mean that you have 18 in total on this round. So just as the same as you did last time, you're going to do a slip stitch into that first double crochet of your previous round. Like so. So the next part of the stitch is we're going to do a a chain 1 and then another double crochet into the next 5 stitches, and then on the 6th stitch you're going to do a 2 double crochet and then repeat that pattern. So we've done 1 there, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so the 6th one we're doing 2 double crochet, and then after that you just repeat the pattern, so 5 double crochet. So for the end of this round you're just going to remove your Kirby grip again, go into the first of the double crochet that you previously did and just do a slip stitch. So as I said before, you should have 21 stitches, 21 double crochet to make this circle. So the next part of this is just going to chain 1 and then just do a double crochet in each one. So go around and do a double crochet in each one, and then you should therefore then have 21 double crochet stitches. So for the next round you're just going to do the same and do a slip stitch into the previous first double crochet like so. I just removed my marker, and this round we're just going to do a chain stitch and then a double crochet in each of the next stitches 6 times, so like 6 double crochet, and then to increase we're going to do 2 double crochet in the 7th stitch. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in the 7th stitch we're just going to do 2 double crochet to increase. I'll just put my marker back in, and you're just going to repeat that all the way round. So for this round you need to have 24 double crochet. So once you've got 24 double crochets you're just going to remove that pin that reminds you where the first one was and do a slip stitch to finish that round off. Then we're just going to chain 1 and we're just going to do a double crochet in each stitch. So this one you should have 24 double crochets. So once you've done the first round of double crochets in each stitch to get 24 stitches, you're just going to do a slip stitch, chain 1, go into the next stitch and do a double crochet, and just do another round of double crochets in each stitch to give another layer of 24 double crochets. So once you've done your second round of double crochets to make 24 double crochets, you're just going to do a slip stitch off. So the next round I'm going to teach you how to decrease. For this decrease section we're just going to chain 1 and then do a double crochet into the next 10 stitches. That's 1, 3, 9, 10. So once you've done the 10 double crochets, to decrease a stitch you're going to put your hook into the next double crochet stitch, wrap your yarn round, pull through so you've got 2 loops, go into the next double crochet stitch along, wrap your yarn round and pull through like so. So you have 3 loops, wrap your yarn round and then pull through all 3 loops. like so, and that's decreased to 1 double crochet for here. And then we're just going to go round and do let's see, the same again, so 10 double crochets. So that's my 10th, and we've got my final 2 double crochets here. So to decrease again, you're going into the next double crochet, wrap your yarn round, into the next one along, wrap your yarn round and pull through, so you've got all 3 loops, wrap your yarn round and pull through all 3, like so. So this should mean that you have now 22 double crochets rather than the 24, and we're just going to do a slip stitch into this to finish the row, like so. So this is kind of decreasing and making it smaller, so when it goes round the egg it's a little bit tighter. So we're just going to do the same again, so do another chain 1, and we're just going to do double crochet in each stitch to give 22 double crochets. So once you've done the 22 double crochets, you're just going to remove your spacer and do a slip stitch into the first double crochet of that round, and then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to do another decrease stitch. So that for this round you're going to do 4 double crochets and then we're going to do a decrease stitch. And 2, 4, and then we're going to do a decrease stitch again, so we're going into the next double crochet, wrap round, go into the next one, to do your decrease stitch, and then we're just going to do another double crochets a lot 9 times, so 1, 2, 3, 9. So once you've done the 9, we're just going to do another decrease stitch, and then you should have 5 left to join up, so another 5 double crochets. So for this round now you should have 20 double crochets. So we're just going to slip stitch, move the pin, to tie off that round, and then we're going to chain 1, and the kind of end stage of this pattern is to do 2 rounds of of double crochet in each stitch, so that the first round you should have 20 and the second round you should have 20 double crochets. and this just builds the kind of volume for the egg. Okay, so we've done the final 2 rounds of double crochet, so you still should have 20 double crochets in your circle. So this would be kind of the end of the pattern, but I just like to tend to measure it against what I'm kind of covering. So measure it against your standard egg cup. Now if you want it to be a little bit longer down, if you have a larger egg cup, then just keep adding as many rows of double crochets that you would like. But for this particular one, for me, I'm happy with the fit. So I'm just going to slacken off cut the end and push like so. So just to finish off the body, we're just going to tie off our ends. So just get your needle, kind of go through like so, just to hide a bit of the end, and then trim. Just pull it a little bit on the top section and trim so slightly. You don't really need to sew this in, because when we do the sew in the nose and the eyes, we're just going to turn it round like so, inside out. Perfect. So now we're going to get on to making the ears of the bunny. To make the ears for the bunny, you need to make a pair of 2. So I'm just going to show you how to do one, and then you're just going to do the same again. So you've done a slip knot this time, and then we're going to chain 9. Okay, so from the second chain, so 1, 2, we're just going to go in and do a slip stitch. So you go into that second chain, wrap your ball around and pull through both. And then in the next 3 stitches, we're just going to do a double crochet. That you should have 4 kind of chains left, and in these ones we're going to do a half treble crochet. So that's where you wrap the yarn round before you go into the chain, wrap the yarn around again so you have 3 loops, and then wrap your yarn round and pull through all 3. And there you have your bunny ear. So you're just going to slacken off your stitch and trim. If I was you, I would keep a bit of extra length, because we're going to sew into the top of the body. So let's see, what would we say, about 6 centimeters or so, and then just pull it tight like so. So just make another one of these, so you have 2. So we have our 2 ears here, and I tend to always say the base, the foundation chain of 9 that you did, put that on the outside, because that's a little bit thicker for when you kind of sew the ears in. So this next section is optional, but I think it's quite cute to just add a little bit of pink into the ears. So in order to do that, you just need, I've just using some pink glittery wool and my wool needle, and I'm just going to sew into the first loop of the crochet. So I start off by just doing a slight knot. And it's just kind of weaving in and out of that first layer. Like so, and I'm just going to do this all the way up, just to add a pink bit of sparkle. The only advice I would give for when you're adding the pink in is just to go into the top of the crochet, and what I mean by that, I'll try and show, is not to go fully in and to do the loop, because we don't want to see the pink on the back. So if you go all the way through, then you're going to get pink on this side as well. So all I'm doing is going into the top of the crochet. I'm just doing this weaving. Through. Like so. So I've added the pink to my ears, and then just at the end we're going to sew them in, which I just think it looks super cute. So as I say, making sure you're not going, what's that? Bit of fluff there. So not going into the back, so the back's white and the front is pink. So now we're just going to use that same pink, and we're going to put a nose on the bunny. So I think I'm just going to do a bit of a triangle, just a little stitching like so. So I'll go into from the back. So I've tried to aim for the middle, and then just to do a kind of triangle, I'm going to go a little bit off the side, like so. It's actually surprisingly a lot harder when you do it in front of a camera, but yeah. And then so I've done that section, and then I'm just going to make it a triangle shaped nose, so I'm just going to pop in next to it like so. So if you put it back in exactly the same hole, it will just unravel, so slightly going next to the hole. And then go back to the main the first point that you did, and just keep going over this a little bit to give that diamond shape and that thicker nose. There we are. So we've got that cute little triangle shaped nose, and all I'm going to do is tie it off on the back by just feeding my wool through. Do that again and then pull through to fasten, and then just cut. So now we're going to go on to the eyes. I've just got some black wool here, and I'm just going to go slightly either side of the pink bunny nose. And I think I'm just going to do like an upside down V shape for this. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's a nice like upside down V just to give that eye, like so. And I'm just going to do the same for this side. So I've got my two eyes, and I'm just going to show you how I tie off the eyes. So you just go turn round into the back, and all I'm going to do is just tie a little knot. Like so. Perfect. So before we're going to attach the ears, I'm just going to quickly show you how we're going to do the pom-pom bunny rabbit tail. I'm not 100% sure if this is the correct way, but this is just the way I do. So you're just going to wrap the yarn around your two fingers to get a nice you want to not make it too tight, because so that you can get some wool into the middle. But just keep wrapping it until it's a bit thicker. All I do is then cut the end like so, get my needle, this is the trickiest bit, then beading it through, and then I just go through like so to wrap round, and I just do the same. So I show you this side. And try and wiggle it off your fingers so it's pulled like so in the middle. So I'm just going to do one more and then tie a knot. Just go in between it like so. So we've tied that knot end, and then all we do is then cut all these bits to give that pom-pom appearance. There we have our fluffy little pom-pom, and I'm just going to sew this into the back of the bunny. Okay, so we're just going to pierce the end of the pom-pom onto your needle, and then we're going to go into the back of the bunny. So I think the middle is around here. So I'm just going to slightly secure it into position like so. Then just tie off the end. Got it stuck. Like so. Perfect. So with the pom-pom, it is more of a rustic. So if you want to make it a more circular, then you just need to get your scissors and kind of cut the stray ones off to give it a more of a cute bunny-like feel. Then when you're happy with it, we've got our pom-pom bunny tail. So I'm just going to sew in these ends now. So all that's left is just to sew in the ears. So you just need your wool needle and to attach the end of the ear. This one's going on the left hand side. So I'm just going to pop my needle in like so. Perfect, and then but when you've held it in position, pop your needle back out, and I'm probably going to do about 3 kind of just to hold it in place. So I'm just going to do the last little corner. Sorry, like so. So I always forget there's a camera here when you're trying to look at it. So there we are. So that's one ear. So to do the next end, you're just going to thread it on your needle and go through into the same hole. This is so that then both bits on the inside of the bunny. Now we're going to go on to the eyes. I've just got some black wool here, and I'm just going to go slightly either side of the pink bunny nose, like so, and then just get your scissors and trim the ends. And I think I'm just going to do like an upside down V shape for this. Perfect, and that's one bunny ear done. So you're just going to do the same so that you've got both bunny ears. So once you've attached the ears, this is your finished result.